Alright, so we back again with another video, and as always, we're gonna jump right into it because I don't wanna. I see a lot of people that do videos and they have a whole minute introduction, so I'm not trying to be that because I hate when I see that. But anyway, we're gonna jump right into it. So today's topic is about the things that we digest and the many ways we digest them, and being conscious of those decisions of digestion and how they can manipulate the soul. So first off, we have the eyes. Now, we choose. It's very important to choose what you want to see and choose what you want to partake in. You know, we all know by now, we should know that television tells lies to our vision. So it's wise to it's wise to cut the TV off, because you can't really control what it's going to show you. In a sense, you can pick what you want to watch, but even then, there's commercials, which is nothing but propaganda. All they do, every commercial is almost selling you something. Literally every commercial is always trying to sell you something. And but the TV shows in general, it's very wise to be aware of what you're watching and feeding yourself, because these things enter you consciously and subconsciously. You may watch a show, forget it, but the contents you saw in the show are still within you subconsciously, because you viewed them through the windows to the soul. You viewed them through the eyes. And so by this, you must be conscious, because you don't want to watch a bunch of rah stuff. And what I mean by that is just, for instance, love and hip hop type stuff. It's just entertainment, yes, but choosing to be entertained by these things can be the detriment to you. And it's on deep levels. Like, you don't want to feed yourself basically bullshit if you're on your journey to becoming a better person. Now, yes, there is your yin and your yang, but to constantly feed yourself bullshit is going to take away from your chances of ascending or becoming a more righteous being, if that's what you would like on this journey. But my channel is for those trying to become better righteously, I'd say. But oh, and another part of TV that you might watch, or another show or something, would be like the news or CNN. And if you don't know by now, I ain't even got to speak much on this. If you don't know by now not to watch these things, well, golly gee. But no, like feeding, because CNN is nothing but fear-based programming. Everything they say is literally, today what happened in the world is some bad shit. And it's just like everything you're hearing and feeding yourself and looking at is bad stuff. It's negative stuff. So people legit come home from stressful work and go straight to fear-based programming. And it's psycho almost to me. Like, it's like they feel as though they have to watch it because they're gonna feel out of the loop on a reality that's not real. Like, these things are happening on the TV that aren't happening in your life. So now you take on the fear of what other people may have felt, or other things that happen in the world, and you put it in your world. And it's just like, you don't have to watch these things, because you legit won't be worrying about things if you don't watch things like this. So I don't even watch TV. I don't even feed myself what I don't want. Topic 2, we're going to jump into the ears. And this was a big one that most people still don't get. It's like, the music that you listen to legit, or just the things you hear in general, legit feed your soul. They get into you. They get into you literally. And it's frequencies in which music is powerful, very powerful. It's the universal language. So it's frequencies in which the music can manipulate your frequency. And I always talk about soul frequencies, So if you're listening to a lot of kill 'em up, shoot 'em up, you're gonna turn into that in a sense. You're gonna, I mean, if that's who you choose to be, that's who you choose to be. You know, do what you want. But we all know since birth that it's not right to kill people. You know, these things get taught to you, and you get manipulated and stuff. But if you choose to listen to these things over and over, you're going to eventually become these things. You're going to choose that dark path more so than balancing it with some light when you can pick what you want. Now, if you listen to the radio, which I don't advise, because that's, again, you're not being able to pick what you want. I always have an aux cord in my car so I can choose what I feed my soul. You know what I mean? I choose the things that I want to be fed. Now, when it comes to the ears, it's not just all about music. You know, I just brought music up because that's, you know, everywhere in a sense. Music is everything almost. But let's just say you're around some people and they're choosing to gossip and you're not on that, you know. You can choose literally to get up and walk away. It might seem rude, but if you like, you don't want to be a part of that type of sinning if that's not who you are. You can choose to have a positive combos. You don't have to talk about people, you know. And that's one of the things I see a lot. It's like people do nothing but gossip. Once you really start to listen to people, it's like, dang, all they do is talk about people, yo. And it's really sad almost. But yeah, so that's feeding you. Even if you're not partaking in the gossip and you're just listening to it, you're still grasping it or getting it subconsciously, or, you know, you're still hearing it and being around it. And if that's not you should walk away. You should get away from all that. Digesting through the mouth. Now, I'm not here to tell you how to eat, what to eat, but once you know one thing, you can't really go back in a sense. It's like waking up consciously and then going back to sleep. It don't work like that. You can't go back to sleep once you wake up. Your eyes are wide open at this point. So basically, when animals are slaughtered and killed, their frequency is in the frequency of fear and being afraid. These animals don't want to die, you know. So by eating that fearful flesh, that energy is still trapped within the flesh, because energy neither is created nor destroyed. You know, it moves up and down on frequencies though. So choosing to eat this will affect your soul as well, because like I said, it's frequency. So you're putting these frequencies into your body. You basically, if you choose high frequency foods, it will raise your frequency. If you choose low frequency foods, it will lower your frequency. So choosing to eat fearful flesh will then cause you to probably have negative thoughts, because now that energy has entered you. But eating things that are high in frequency, like fruits, vegetables, this will keep you at a more positive state. And I don't know about you, but feeling positive is way better than feeling negative. So it just makes sense to, once you understood, you know, to not, it's all about choices. Like, you can make the choices you want, but if you're conscious in those decisions that you make, and you legit try to be wise in every decision and choice you make, you can make your life better. You can create your reality. You can make your life what you want it to be. But you can't, you know, choose to do things you already know not to do. Like, you can choose to make better decisions. You can choose to make bad decisions, but it's all up to you ultimately. You know, I can't make you do it. So I'm just showing the awareness that one should have. Next on the list is toxic people. Now, toxic people, these people are basically toxic due to the other things that I listed. It's like a subcategory almost. These people are toxic because they ingest toxic things through the eyes, the ears, and the mouth. Now, if you want to raise your frequency, you can't be around toxic people because this is going to bring you down. Because these people aren't trying to raise their frequency in a sense. So being around toxic people who who ingest toxic things are going to cause you to be toxic. It's a big cycle or a loop, you know. You want to make sure the people you're around, because two people on two different frequencies or two things on two different frequencies can't really exist in the same spot for too long. It won't work. It will be clashing. So you might, want to go meditate, but this person beside you wants to go to the club, and do all those things that aren't beneficial to the soul and to the person. You two won't collab for too much longer because it's two different frequencies. It's two different vibes, two different vibrations. So now when it comes to toxic people, there might be friends that you've grown up with for forever, for years, that you just might have to let go on your journey, because you can be, you going higher and higher. They staying stagnant or going down, and it's just not gonna work. And it's sad and it hurts sometimes, but you're gonna have to let folks go because you're on your journey and you trying to better yourself. If you're trying to better yourself, you can't still be around these toxic people or people that who said B.O.B. said it. I ain't gotta dumb it down. You just gotta catch up. Like, don't slow yourself in your pace, and don't stoop down to them just because they can't scoop up to you. They gonna have to reach your level, or that's it. Because there's no going down once you start to go up. There's no, either they gonna have to catch up or go somewhere in a sense. And I know, they would be your friend, and once y'all was good friends, but now y'all vibrating on two different things. So be mindful of those people, You love them, always love them, but if y'all journeys aren't colliding, and you trying to do bigger, better things, don't let them stop you, because ultimately you have you. Now, social media is really, it's tricky as well, because you can choose the type of friends you want to have on these platforms, and then sometimes random stuff will pop up and you didn't see it coming. But once you notice, a certain friend on social media that's on that vibe that you're not on, you might want to hit that delete button, that unfollow. You might want to do that, because once again, you don't want to feed this to you. Like, you may read a post or something, and whatever they talking about is not the vibe you want to be on, but you read it, with that God mind, that voice inside your head that's not actually talking in the physical, and it's literally it's literally getting put in you by reading it or digesting it, in a way. So you want to be wise about many things. There's you don't have to be in isolation all the time, but just choose the right people and choose the right things to digest. Just choose better things for yourself. Now, listening to me right now is a form of digestion, and it's food for thought. You can pick whatever it is to you. This is either nutrition to you or junk food. It's up to you ultimately. Now, if someone doesn't vibrate with the things I'm saying, they're not gonna like it, and it's gonna be junk food to them. But to some, this is relatable, or it's triggering something in them, and this is nutrition. This is like apples and oranges right now. But just be wise about the things you choose to feed you, because you are all you have ultimately. And your temple is sacred. Your soul is very sacred and important. Just be wise about those decisions. That's it for today. I just want to make this video real short and sweet. And until next time, peace and love. And yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. See you guys later.